Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel RecentJobs. If you have been preparing for SQL interviews and wondering what exactly recruiters expect from you, then this video is going to be a game changer. See, it's not just about writing a SQL query or explaining what a join does. Recruiters want to understand how you think, they want to see how you break down a problem, optimize your query, and connect different pieces of data to form meaningful insights. In today's video, I am going to reveal the real secrets beyond SQL interviews, what recruiters test beyond syntax, and how you can stand out even if you are fresher just starting your SQL journey. So stay with me till the end because this video will completely change the way you prepare for SQL interviews. Let's unlock SQL interview secret, what recruiters really look for. But before we dive in, here is something important to remember. SQL isn't a subject for freshers. It's a powerful skill that opens doors to multiple roles across the tech industry. Whether you dream of becoming a data analyst, a software developer, a database administrator, a data engineer, or even a business analyst, SQL is your foundation. So it helps you understand how data works, make smarter business decisions, and solve real-world problems with logical and precision. So no matter which role you are aiming for, mastering SQL will always keep you one step ahead. Here is the first secret, think in logic, not syntax. When interviewers ask you to write a query, they are not checking how many SQL commands you have memorized. They are testing how you think. Even if you forget a keyword, it's totally fine. What really matters is your approach and how you break down the problem step by step. Because in SQL interviews, logical clarity is far more valuable than perfect syntax. That logical way of thinking is exactly shows recruiters how you can handle real-world database challenges. Let's understand with an example. Interviewer: can you write a query to find employees who earn more than average salary? Candidate thinking aloud. I think it's something like average salary, but I'm forgetting the exact syntax. So this is a common moment in SQL interviews. You remember the logic, but the exact query just slips your mind. And that's completely okay. Here is what you can do instead of panicking. Explain your approach. Say something like this. I had first find the average salary using the average function from the employees table. Then I had compare each employee's salary with that average using a where condition. This shows that you understand how to think through the problem even without perfect syntax. And honestly, that's what interviewers value most. Your logical clarity and not your memory. Here is secret to break every query into simple steps. Many students make the mistake of jumping straight into writing the SQL query. But remember, SQL is all about logic and flow, not speed. So instead of rushing, follow this simple order. Filter, group, and sort. This step-by-step logic makes your thought process clear. And even if you forget part of the query, you can still explain your reasoning confidently. So here is a common interview scenario. Interviewer: can you find top 2 department with highest total salary? Now, instead of rushing into the query and getting stuck, we do something much smarter. We break the problem down step by step. So why it is important? Because in real interviews, interviewers don't just care if you know the answer. They care about how you think. If your thinking is clear, your answer will be clear. So here is how we think. First, I will select data from employee table since the question asks for total salary per department. Then I will use summed total salary and group by department. Because they want the highest total salary, then I will sort the result in descending order. And finally, to get only top 2 departments, I will apply limit 2. So here is a pro tip for you. If you ever feel stuck, just say out loud what you are trying to do. First, I will get the data, then group it, and finally sort it. That logical flow impresses interviewers even before you finish the query. Now this is one of the most powerful tricks for SQL interviews. Did you know that 80% of SQL interview questions come from just 20% of the topics? Yes. So instead of trying to study everything, focus smartly on the core ones like joins, subqueries, clauses, and aggregate functions. Let me give a simple example. Suppose the interviewer asks, find the department name and total salary of employees working there. Now this one question actually checks your understanding of joins, group by, and aggregate functions like sum all in one. Here is the trick. To build practical example like this for each concept, don't just memorize syntax, Actually try it on a sample table, because when you understand how these few concepts connect, you will be ready for almost any SQL questions they throw at you. So remember, don't study hard, study smart. Master the key 20% and you will be confidently answer 80% of the interview questions. Here is a secret for forget the query, explain your approach. Let's be honest, this happens to almost everyone. You are in the interview, the question comes up, and suddenly you blank out. You can't remember the exact SQL syntax. But here's the trick, don't freeze. Interviewers aren't just testing whether you remember every keyword, they want to see how you think. So instead of staying silent, start explaining your logic. An example, if they ask, find employees earning more than the average salary in each department, you can say something like, I had first joined the employee and department tables, then group by department, and finally filter where the salary is greater than the average. Even if your syntax isn't perfect, this explanation shows you understand how to solve it logically. Remember, showing your reasoning is always better than staying silent. It tells the interviewer, okay, this candidate knows how to think like a data analyst or developer. Here is a pro tip for you. If you ever forget a query, speak your logic out loud. Sometimes, while explaining, your memory kicks in and you will naturally recall the correct SQL syntax. Alright, this is the final and most powerful tip. When it comes to SQL, don't just write queries, think in data. Imagine every problem has a story hidden inside a table. Your job is to find the right way to connect those stories, not just remember commands. Even if you forget a small keyword, no worries. What matters is how you think through the problem. Interviewers love when you explain your logic step by step, like saying, first I will filter this data, then I will group it, and finally I will get the result. That shows data thinking, not memorization. So remember, SQL isn't about writing perfect code, it's about connecting ideas smartly. Okay, let's see your logic skills. Write a query to find the second highest salary without using limit, top, or half set. Pause the video, take your time, and share your query in the comments. I will pin the best one and send the winner a SQL quick revision sheet. Something you will really find useful. Go on. I'm waiting, let's see who deserves. If you have any questions or want me to cover a specific topic, drop a comment below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Looking for more resources? Check out our channel. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck with your interview journey. Stay confident, stay prepared, and you're sure to succeed. See you in next video. Until then, take care and happy learning.